Hey, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Okay, sorry, just writing a few notes to myself. I shouldn't even be saying that out loud. But anyway, how are you?
So far, so good. Like it was funny. The cable was out, so that meant my Wi-Fi was out. So I was started work late. I was like,
Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
but
that's just how Comcast is.
that's pretty much what it is at this point. It's like, okay, it happens. I told my
Yeah.
manager, I'm like, this is the situation. He's like, no stress, it's fine. Okay.
Okay, well, welcome, everybody to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up. I'm going to do mine right now. Give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell. Most importantly, tell a friend so that they can come and join us for all of the foolishness. Let's see who's in the room. Hi, Susan. Hi, Black Lavender. That's it for now, besides the Dark Magician, Jamal. Okay, so on the docket today, we're back to our TLC Tuesdays, and we've got three good shows to go over today. We have first up is 90 Day Fiance season 6 episode 5, Love Takes Hostages. Then we have Extreme Sisters season 1 episode 5, No Secret Between Sisters, and then our favorite, Seeking Sister Wife season 3 episode 10, Deeper and Deeper. Jamal, do you want to go in order of airing?
Nah, let's go with the least. Like my least favorite is Extreme Sisters. I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest. I'm kind of over this show.
Yeah, it you know what it is? It's just getting repetitive and
Mhm.
predictable, and we're seeing through the production.
Well, we're seeing through the production, but this is like not Extreme Sisters. This is just typical family things. Nothing's extreme, and the quote unquote extremes are heavily produced. So I just don't enjoy this show. I really
Mm-hmm.
don't. It's it's bad. I'm like, you guys, the way you say extreme, like Smothers was just so fun because the mothers were just ridiculous. They were extreme. They
There,
were they were ridiculous.
that show's coming back, right?
Yeah.
And you know what else too? Extreme There's an expectation when you name a show Extreme Sisters. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Whereas
Yes.
Smothered, it lowered my expectations. And it truly
Mm,
was smothered. It lived
yeah.
up to that
Right.
smothering from a parent to a child. Um, yeah, I can agree with you on Extreme Sisters. Well, let's just go through quickly with
Yeah.
Extreme Sisters. Patrix and Patricia, basically, um, this is the big date for Patrix going. It's Patrix, right?
For
Patrix
tricks.
is
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Patrix is going out on the date that Ron set up with his friend Hojo. But I slowly, like, it became apparent to me that Ron didn't even know who Hojo was. Um, how that's your friend and you don't know that he's such a windbag, and he thinks that if he could wake up and not be in jail, it's a good day? What? Like, that's what you want to set up for your sister-in-law? Okay. He seemed kind of weird to me. I ain't gonna lie.
He was a smidge off.
Couldn't somebody, like, he couldn't find anybody else but Hojo.
Exactly.
Whatever. Um, Next, Lucy and Anna, they
Stupid.
decide they decide to start tracking their temperatures to figure out when they're going to ovulate, because they're doing all this research online between these two nitwits. And when their temperatures went up, they called in Ben. He serviced them. They raised their legs, and he went out and bought a pregnancy test. Needless to say, they are not pregnant. They are very disappointed and a little bit befuddled. But I think that's normal for these two idiots. Anything else to add to that?
No, you covered the whole thing perfectly. Just dumb.
Okay, Brooke and Bailey. I truly enjoy their mother. And
Candace Senior,
yes,
yes.
Candace Senior. I worry about Bailey's boyfriend, sort of almost fiance. I'm a little confused on that because he has very clear wants and needs for his relationship with his future wife, which sound normal to all the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
But Bailey is now, not Bailey, Brooke is now trying to lay down like a territory marker in their relationship, which I didn't particularly like.
Yeah, but again, there's just sisters being in each other's business too much and not focus on their own relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with the boyfriend slash fiance or whoever you are that you're establish those boundaries. And I think what it is with him, he needs to establish a boundary with her and let her know, hey, this needs to be this way, or if not, I've got to go.
Well, yeah, and like he wants to become like a youth minister or something like that. He's still in college, but basically, like at one point, they were trying to dictate where he was going to take a job, and it doesn't really work like that in the ministry. You
Exactly.
know, you can't. It's wherever the need is greatest, you're assigned.
Hmm.
But anyway, good luck to all of them heifers on that. Christina and Jessica, this this is the dumbest thing ever. Why was I more interested in Jessica getting back with her ex-husband than I was in anything else that was going on here? Um, they gonna determine the use of a black chicken following them around the pumpkin patch to determine what is gonna happen, like something bad's gonna happen.
The black
I,
chicken, though.
it was such a reach for me. I fell over. Um, this is not cute anymore. I only liked Kayla in this in their snippet because Kayla was asking, so what's going on between two of y'all? I saw y'all kissing at the pumpkin patch. Yeah, let's talk about that. I don't want to hear about this little juvenile that Christina is with. I don't want to hear about Jessica and Christina going into each other's relationships. Nothing. Where's the chicken?
For me, you could throw this whole show away.
Oh my
It's
God.
just bad. I don't like watching it at all.
Oh
I
Lord.
totally I put this on level with unexpected. Remember how we ditched
Oof.
that?
Yeah. So is that a hint to me? Let's
Yes,
ditch.
this ditch. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Okay.
Nothing's gonna go on with this because for example I get all the alerts and stuff. Like you don't hear anything about this show. You know, there's no news
Mm,
articles, there's no buzz, there's no excitement, nothing.
yeah.
You hear nothing about any of the characters on the show, which tells you like the show's not that good because you hear about the other shows
Mm-hmm.
like 90 Day Fiance, like Seeking
Mm-hmm.
Sister Wives. You still hear about articles about Sister Wives, and they're off the air right now.
Mm-hmm.
So this show for me, like yeah, like you guys have me excited with the title Extreme. Like, okay, this is gonna be some really crazy folks. They probably gonna live next door to each other, walking to each other's house. They got keys to everything. Even though I thought it was gonna be that kind of thing, but this is just complete and utter trash. I'd rather watch Discovery Plus than watch this.
Oh. But you know, I do watch like this. Well, I watch the bootleg version, sorry, on YouTube. And actually the reunion or tell-all for the dating show from 90 Days
That looked
was actually
interesting.
really good. Watch the reunion. It's better than the actual show. And you still find out what happens because you know Sean Robinson recaps everything. But yeah, the reunion for I think I've seen it's 2 parts right now. Yeah, it's good.
I'm putting in a chat question.
Okay.
I already know my answer. I ain't watching. I refuse to give them any more of my time.
Okay, well, I guess I have to change the thumbnail.
Well, you can leave it for this one, but next week will be different.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
that this was just I kept waiting to be entertained. I just wasn't. I mean the black chicken can't be the most entertaining thing about your show.
True. True. Wait, okay, so more people have joined the chat. Hi, Yanni. Hi, Susan. Let's see. I'm going from top to bottom. Hi, Trey. Hi, Black Lavender. Hi, Paranormal Witch. Hi, Nise. Hi, Marcy. Let's see. Hi, Futhi. Trey. I think I said Trey, but she deserves it twice. Okay. Hello, everyone. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. Okay, so who do you want to do next? 90 Day or Seeking?
90 Day.
All right. So Angela and Michael, she had this surgery. She woke up. She was told she lost 2 pounds from each breast of breast tissue. So she's down to a triple D. But Angela, I don't understand why Angela thought that she was going to be down 100 pounds when she did the stomach surgery. And
Right.
like she wakes up and she's like, she feels that they took out too much of her breast. She only agreed to 1 pound each, and he took out 2. It's not what she wanted. She knows Michael's going to be upset. They have that call with Michael. He looks devastated that his titties are gone. I was left with a few questions that I'm hoping were because of bad editing.
I mean, of course, it's shoddy editing. We know that's what they do, but I think for the most part, um, it's pretty on point except for the shady editing because Michael asked more questions than just about the breast. We know that.
I'm not even thinking about that. Like how, okay, first of all, does she understand what these 2 surgeries were? Like, does she truly understand? Because I'm not sure why she would think she's waking up and she's going to be skinny. That's the impression that I got from her.
I
Secondly,
it's real quick. It sounds like she got liposuction,
she
and
did.
her surgery like they're the same thing. Like no, you're not. Or she thought she was getting lipo and the stomach surgery at the same time.
Did anyone say anything about lipo? I didn't hear
No,
that.
but it just sounds like she in her mind. If you're thinking you're gonna lose 100 pounds, that tends. I think that would happen through lipo, wouldn't it? Because
You
they take off the
can't lose
fat.
100 pounds with lipo, though. That would
I
be
know. I think
too aggressive.
right, but I'm just saying. I'm trying to figure out what her thought pattern was, and that's the only reasonable thought pattern I can come up with.
Like, I just don't understand what her expectations were coming out of this. Did she truly understand what the surgeries were, or is this just an act that she's playing for the television? That's my only concern. Then I had a little problem with how dismissive he was when like his explanation with regards to why he took 2 pounds from each breast as opposed to 1 pound did not fly for me, because I understand why he did it. But if you have a patient like Angela who needs additional explanation, then you say, I did it because when you lose all of the weight from the stomach surgery, you will be in proportion with a triple D breast, and you won't have the issues with your shoulder dents or the back pain. Like nothing is ever, like even when he spoke to Michael the first time, he never said a medical reason why to do it. I just find like he kind of dismissed her and brushed it to the side very quickly and left. And I don't think a doctor should do that if you have a patient that seems to be a little confused or their expectations were not met. Explain yourself, doctor.
Yeah, I think it's more. I really feel, in my opinion, they didn't do. I think he set himself up by giving a specific number I think
Yes.
that's where he went wrong. I think what
Mm-hmm.
he should have said, he's like, okay, here's where we're at with your body and your breast. Um, I'm only going to take out as much as I need to. That will make you both healthy and help improve your physique. To give you a better overall look. He's all, I'm not gonna just let her know. You let her know that, but not give her a specific number. Because when you say a specific number, that's what the patient's expecting. And when you go over, it's like you took out too much. Versus had you not given a number, when she woke up, she can ask like, "Hey, how much you have? How much did you?" She would ask, "How much did you wind up taking out?" And then he could so like, "Hey, um, going through the surgery, we wound up taking out 2 pounds per breast because of X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
Had we taken out less, you would still have the same back issues, pain issues. Had we taken out more, it wouldn't have done your physique any well. It would have been too much for your physique. So this is what we did."
I think he should also stress, like, before she went into the surgery and say, look, I'm going to use my best judgment. And I know how much weight you are
Mm-hmm.
anticipated to lose over the course of this
Mm-hmm.
next year on this particular surgery. We want to give you breasts so that you will be in proportion when you get down to your optimal weight. We
Mm-hmm.
don't want to go too heavy because
Yeah.
we don't want you to look disproportionate like how you do now. So when you wake up, they may look a little bit small in proportion to the rest of you, but just think towards the future
Mm-hmm.
when you get down. Yes, it's still big, y'all. Like, really?
Right.
How
Right.
did she ever say how big her breasticles was before?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I just think there should have been a lot more explanation. And I'm just hoping that this was like script for the show to cut her segment down to fit all of these yabos in this 2-hour
Mm-hmm.
disaster. But it just rubbed me the wrong way how a professional doctor handled his patient. That's all.
No, I got you.
Hi, Gala. Um, we've been talking about a lot of lady stuff lately. Sorry. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Hold on 1 second for me.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Oh,
now
I'm
that we're
back.
now that we're done with, are we done with Angela?
Yeah. You want? I'm just going in line with it. Elizabeth and Andre. I thought he lied. Well, no, wait. Okay. Was it me or did it? Like he told a totally different story to what happened at the Reno house.
It wasn't totally different, but it was exaggerated.
And Libby, I'm sorry. I'm gonna need you to go to acting class. I'm gonna need you to go to acting class because this is why you are not the face of this stupid series, this franchise. This is why you and your dimwit husband and your dummy family. This is why. Because y'all don't know how to ham it up.
Well, not the right way.
I just can't deal with them. I just can't.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, and then the meeting at the lawyer. Did they switch lawyers? Is this a new lawyer? Because if
Right.
this is the same lawyer who been doing they stuff, how come now all of a sudden they bringing up what he buried? Bitch, bye. I'm so sick of this couple. I hate them. I hate everything about them. I have nothing
Like,
else to say.
and they're just with them. It's just like I just don't know. Like it gives me just really really bad. I'm trying to think what shows equate to.
I hope immigration is watching this and deport all of their asses back to Moldova, including her family. Bye, Chuck. Bye, Charlie.
like
Bye, Becky. All of them.
my thing is what actual lawyer keeps keeps papers in rubber bands?
Oh my God.
Who keeps important documents and files in a rubber band? She just dropped them. Like, this is what they require. Like, why is it all banded up? Like it's been like a tax box since 1992. What?
She could have at least put it in
Ugh.
a manila folder and given it to them, or a
Exactly.
manila envelope, like
Right. Something.
um a public plastic bag, something. Yeah, that rubber band. When I hate to say this, but people who do the street pharmaceuticals and they wrapping up their money, that's what that reminded me of. But whatever, to each their own. Maybe she ran out of paper clips that day. I don't know.
But
Um, I
you couldn't keep my stuff like in a rubber band and just drop it on someone's table.
well, maybe they didn't pay their retainer yet, so all they qualify for is a rubber band.
And every time I'm like, oh no one speaks to my husband. I'm like, I'm gonna need you to stop. Just stop.
Oh,
And I've been
Val Sal says, look at this. The fact that they have a kid together is enough reason to grant Andre his green card. Actually, I have a friend. She had a child with her husband, who was from Argentina, and they were going through the immigration process. And she thought that by taking baby Sebastian with them, that would be proof enough. And they were given a wake-up call at their immigration lawyer's office. No, it is not proof. And this was like years ago. It
wow.
helps,
Mhm.
but they still gonna look at you side eye.
But here's the thing though, like you would
Mhm.
think, well, them being together so long and he's been here for a while, you think they would have been knowing that what they needed, or they like over the years they would already have the stuff accumulated. It makes no sense. So
You're
that's why I didn't.
lucky, Val. It just depends on who you get and what day you get and what mood they're in. Some of them can be really hard, and some of them can be great. It just depends.
Does that make sense though?
What?
That
Sorry.
over the years since they've been here, they would already have all this stuff accumulated anyway. So what would this? Why even need? Why would you need to go to a lawyer at this point? It should be more like you're just going in to wrap up details, but it seemed like they were going, like they got a wake up call, like, oh my gosh, we need all this stuff. It's like, look, you should already have the stuff.
Yeah, they should,
You know what I
because
mean?
look, even Brandon had his box or his folder of nothing, a bunch of paperwork. You do collect all of those documents along the way. And then, I hate their scenes. I really do. I want all of them deported to, like, I don't know, a black hole.
Okay, the guys from immigration told us that they don't separate families, or they try not to. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
That makes a lot of sense. I can see that.
Mhm.
I can see that. That's a very good point. But I think with their scenes overall, they're just the same old arguments, the same old nothing, and then the same bad acting. You would think they would
Mhm.
have gone to like Skillshare or Barbizon or like somebody's little acting workshop to do better.
Wait, Barbizon does acting? I thought they were hair.
They were modeling.
Oh yeah, modeling.
I did.
Okay.
Fun fact. I did that for like 2 weeks, and then I just didn't want to do it anymore. I hated it. It was so bad. I was like 5 or 6. I was young. I just did not like it.
Oh gosh. Exactly what was buried. So yeah, like the lawyer didn't even ask about that. Cause like
Right.
I would be refunding their retainer and saying, go find another lawyer. Seriously, just for that alone, I would deport him. And since they don't like split up families, send Elizabeth with him. It would help me out a lot. Let's go to Tiffany and Ronald. The one thing that irked me in this was when Ronald was telling Daniel, go tell your mommy, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, and then the second thing that irked me was when he said, if he gets denied the visa and she won't come to South Africa, I'm going to make sure I'm going to take those kids from her. First of all, you're not Daniel's father. Just because you call him my boy, to me means you don't even want to remember his name, Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, how have you proven yourself to be fit to parent, the little girl? I can't remember her name. I'm sorry, but this is why I'm not a parent. I don't like those kinds of threats because you are going after Tiffany and using what you know will hurt her the most, her kids. You should have never gotten married to Tiffany. Y'all should have never had a baby until you had gotten your act together.
That's the thing. You do all the stuff and you don't do anything, and it's weird. Like, okay, I could be wrong, but at the beginning of the season, he said, like, I had to take odd jobs to make ends meet, blah blah blah, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we see him with the bike and the boots and the helmet, okay. But then he's talking to Tiffany this time, or Daniel, whoever. Wait a minute, hold on. I think he was talking to someone. He says, well, I have a job. I'm like, wait a minute. So you went from having odd jobs to having a job.
Oh, he told that to Tiffany after
Okay,
she
what's
pulled the
Tiffany?
ticket, and she said, "You want us there, you pay for the ticket." And so then finally he went and got a job, but why you couldn't get that job
Mm.
before? It was Tiffany he said that to.
And I don't
Mm-hmm.
understand why they can't, like, if anything, she could buy the tickets to South Africa one way, and then he could buy them all one way tickets back to United States. It's probably cheaper going from South Africa to the U.S. because the exchange rate. I mean, split the cost.
You would get cheaper tickets, I think, if bought in the US, if purchased in the US to go,
Got it. Okay.
US, South Africa. Instead of purchasing in South Africa for US, South Africa. I think,
Okay.
it doesn't have anything to do with the exchange rate. I just think that the fares are more expensive based on your location. Because I remember when I was overseas, I would ask somebody in the States to buy a ticket for me and I would reimburse them because it was just cheaper than me going to my local travel agent.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's very rare that that I came across a ticket that was better priced overseas. Yeah.
Interesting. Excuse you? Wait a minute, hold up.
Mm-hmm.
A good price for a nonstop flight from the U.S. to South Africa is less than $1,300. If you don't get out of here.
Right, but is that right now? Because remember, a lot of the airlines are discounting their
Right.
fares in
That's what
order
I'm
to get
looking.
people back on board and traveling again.
And see, this is why y'all go to kayak, because kayak time about $325. We like them.
But how many stops do you have to make, and how many days does it take you to get there?
Stop.
Because that
Stop.
might be a Jovi ticket. I'm sorry. Remember
Right.
Yara complained about that?
She did. I remember that. That was hilarious.
Hi,
Oh my.
Bobby. Yeah, those are the only two issues that I have with Ronald. And yes, Yanni, I saw your comment. I'm not eliminating Tiffany's responsibility in all of this. Did she make a bad decision? To me, yes. I would have never taken my child Daniel to South Africa and marry someone so soon out of rehab and had a criminal past that I still don't quite understand yet. Would I have done that? No. But then again, that's why they don't recruit me for none of these shows, because I have a rather boring life.
But I love Daniel's response when Ron told, "Oh yeah, you guys are gonna move to South Africa." He's like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "I'll leave the family." He took me out. He is very, he's very stern. I'm not leaving my family in the United States. I'll just leave the family. Ron's like, "Who's family?" He's like, "Oh, your family. I'll stay here."
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else with these two?
Nah. Mm-mm.
Okay, so next, Kalani and Asuelu, the return of Lo. He seemed to have taken charge of these two idiots, and there is a bit of reversal here. He's changed course, changed tactics. He's not going to kill Asuelu anymore. He is relating to him with their shared cultural background and how difficult it can be to be married to an American woman and try to merge both cultures together. And he says to Asuelu, I understand where you're coming from, but you have to like really do something to fix this. And he says to Kalani, consider the kids.
I disagree with him. So because you don't, I'm not a fan of people staying together just for the sake of children. I'm just not. Because what's the point of staying together for the children and you're both miserable? I feel miserable parents raise miserable children. So particularly if it's the mom, I notice if the mom is emotionally just not happy, it just tends to filter down with the kids because they tend to have that more emotional bond with the children. So I understand culture and value, I really, really do. But at some point, I feel you need to understand you're not in Samoa anymore. You are in the United States. Here, we believe in divorce very quickly in a lot of cases. And this is one of those because why would you want to encourage an unhealthy relationship for your daughter? Because Asuelu's not going to change. That's not going to happen. And he's still 24 or 25 or whatever. Like, he's still young. So what are you doing? What are you talking about?
But has Asuelu shown any effort in his marriage?
Nope.
So Lo is telling him to make an effort. But if he hasn't, and it's been two years now,
Right.
yeah, how is he suddenly going to make an effort if he hasn't in 2 years?
And he
Like,
does.
I wouldn't
Right.
want that if I was Kalani. What happened to the last 2 years? No, too late. But again, that's me.
And he stays in the gaming room until they have sex. Okay.
Honestly, I would not allow that. Because you coming over to my room anytime that you want to get your rocks off, I would not be doing that. Sorry. Either you're in this bedroom as a partner or you stay with your gaming room.
Right.
Or better yet, go outside and find someplace else to live. That the whole relationship is so disjointed. I don't get it. I don't get it. But whatever. So we'll see what Lowe's words if they help or if they hurt. So on to Yara and Jovi. He takes her out on a date night. His mom comes down to babysit the baby, and he drops some bad news on her that he has to leave within the next couple of days instead of the next couple of weeks to go back to work. And he will be gone for 2 months. And of course, she starts freaking out. I'm gonna give her a little grace because it might be postpartum hormones. I will give her that. But I'm tired of this because you've been crying about this since before you was pregnant, him leaving to go to work. How the hell are y'all supposed to get a roof over your head, food in your bellies, and provide for you and the baby if he does not go to work? Yara, you are not working. He has to work.
Mm-hmm.
Things, granted, are a little different because of the panorama. He's no longer going for a month. It is now 2 months, and then there's a 2-week quarantine period before that. Just roll with the punches, girl. The baby is not going to realize that he's not there.
Yeah, she can let that go.
Sorry.
It's not going to
Yeah.
change. So let it go.
Yeah. You know, I don't mean to be that harsh. Yes, the baby will, I don't know. It's still young. Make all your
Yeah, yeah.
mistakes now.
Mhm. I mean, like if he doesn't, like you said, if he doesn't go to work, who's going to provide for you? And then you'll be complaining
Yes.
that you're broke and he can't buy you nice things anymore.
Yeah. I don't know, like
I think
him
you guys
going
have a
to
nice
work.
apartment. You guys have a nice
Yeah.
apartment. You're living well. He's buying you nice presents. Like, I mean, I know people look at her like, why are you complaining?
Yeah. Why doesn't Yara's family come and visit her? I think we were still in like travel restrictions time. When was this filmed? Had to be between like during the fall of last
Right,
year, right? So
right. And this is the thing,
yeah.
but Bobby makes a good point. Yara has a small business. Yara's causes popping in the streets. The thing is this: if TLC would just show their real lives,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything like their businesses. This is what they're doing outside of TLC. And my thing is this: if the Real Housewives can be on TV promoting their businesses, showing their full, mostly 360-degree lives, why can't TLC 90 Day Fiance do the same thing? There's nothing wrong with being on reality TV and saying I own businesses. What is wrong with that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just gives you a very like we don't have all the information and we're making judgments on what limited information we have, and the information you're giving us is severely edited and twisted.
Right? They
Just
like this.
saying.
They want to paint a very distinct narrative for their characters, which is not really
Mm-hmm.
fair to us or the characters because we know there's more. Like we know Oswelu does cameo. We know a lot of them do cameo. So why can't you guys show that? There's nothing wrong with showing that people have business on reality TV. That's why I think that's really why I get frustrated with TLC because you can see the editing, especially with them. With
Mm-hmm.
Bravo, it took us a couple of years to catch on, but with TLC is blatantly obvious of how they're trying to paint it and skew the narrative. And it's, like I said, it's not fair to the people, the characters.
Yeah. And Yanni had a good comment here. He had months to find a different job somewhere
Mm-hmm.
else. That was hard during the panorama. And then Gala has an excellent point here. His job seems specific to deep water. He'd have to move or give up his career. Yes. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to reference Paula and Russ. Russ had a very good job, but it was very specific. And she made
Mm-hmm.
him give up that job to relocate to Florida. And I don't think he ever got back into that industry again. That's a huge sacrifice. Jovi's job pays beaucoup bucks. But it is all part and parcel of that industry that you do go away.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe once her Yara's closet kicks off, he can retire early, you know? Okay, I agree with Vale here. I think it's unfair to ask Jovi to quit his job. She knew about his job before coming to the US. Agreed. And she
Agreed.
was living high off of that job when he had his month off and they would go traveling to all those different countries. She didn't mind it then. So why all of a sudden now? And I get it.
Right.
She probably thought she could go back home to her family once he was away. But that didn't seem financially reasonable to me. But then again, I'm not making that kind of money. Wait, now Paula live in a trip. She does? I thought she was living in that really nice house. Oh
That's what I
dear.
thought too.
Oh well. There you go. Natalie and Mike, I don't care.
Yeah, I think no one. I don't think anyone does.
I stopped caring about them in their first incarnation, but yeah, they're going to his mom's for Thanksgiving. His mom is Trish, right?
Mm-hmm. Tadish,
Trish, Trish,
Tadish,
Trish,
Tadish.
Trish.
It's Trish,
Oh,
but I like the way now. So she's like
oh!
Tadish
I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna be able to manage that. Um, okay, so why can't Natalie eat cake?
because it's processed probably. She only eats healthy foods.
Who's gonna miss cake?
Maybe get
Oh,
some gluten-free carrot cake or something.
well, anyway, the one thing I did like when she said, "There's too many pigs in this house," and I couldn't agree with it more. You can't have eggs. Oh, no, she's not vegan. She's pescatarian. She could eat fish. He said that. And so the mother says she could go catch a water moccasin down by the creek. But she can't have eggs. Oh. Oh well, she missed out on the cake. I don't know why she went. I'm now agreeing with you. Last week I think you said she shouldn't have gone.
Right. There's no point.
Yeah, that's a recipe for a disaster. And I think the highlight would be if she did catch a water moccasin on this trip. Just saying. But I'm sure that they will get into it next week. Let's hope. And then we have Julia and Brandon. This was a completely unnecessary segment.
Yeah.
Um, who wants Brandon for you to be so jealous over?
Well, I'm just saying. I wasn't gonna put it out there like that, but since you said it,
It's a
I'll disagree
stretch
with
for
you.
me. You'll disagree?
No, I said you put it out there. I'm just gonna agree with you, but you
Oh,
said it.
okay. Yeah. You just blaming me?
I'm just saying you just said it, so I'm just gonna agree with you.
Yeah, she was very rude at the table, but the girl, Melanie, was all up in their business too. So you get what you
Right.
get with these Eastern European girls. Just saying.
I was like, but like, I get it, but we have not heard of you until now. Like, where have you been? You've been to the like, you guys are such good friends. You've been to the farm. Obviously, this tells me that y'all talk more than Julia knows. So while you're at work, are you talking to Melanie? Is this what's going on here?
Well, here's my thing. When who was it? Julia asked if Melanie ever been to the farm, and she said yes. I would have my next follow-up question would have been, so you've been in the hot tub, knowing the rules and regulation of the hot tub? And if she said no, I'd have been fine with her.
Mm-hmm.
But if she said yes, then I would have had a reason to blow up. But then again, how many years ago was that? You've been with your boyfriend.
High school.
Yeah, like get over it, girl. Julia, like go down to community college. I don't know. And that's the end. That was it for all of the Yabos on 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After. Last but not least, Seeking Sister Wife, season 3, episode 10, Deeper and Deeper. Who do you want to start with? The
Let's start with the
Joneses?
Joneses to get them out the way. This is okay.
Okay,
So at this point,
this
I
was
don't care
filler.
about. I just don't care about them.
Yeah.
It's nothing's going to work out. It's going to be the same story. I really like them. I really like them as people. They seem really cool, but this storyline is just not progressing.
Yeah. I feel like this. Check back with me when Sidian takes a bath. That's about it. Next. You like the Winders. Let's do the Clarks. They got a new nibble on they hook. A girl named Krista. She's 37 from Texas with 3 kids. They've been he's been texting back and forth with
Mm-hmm.
her. This was their first video call. She seems to have a better understanding of their lifestyle. But it also seems like she's more established in her life. She has a career, she has future goals, she has her kids. And she's open to a meeting with them.
I liked her, and I'm going to say this about the Clarks. They have really. I kind of see them differently now because like they're evolving. They're learning from their past mistakes. They tried with Kayla. She's a little too young to know herself. Cool. Then Emily, kind of same thing, but she's into sex with both. She's bisexual. It's like, okay. They're like, we don't want that either. Now they've gone for someone who's older and more established and has a better understanding. I'm like, this is what I like to see. There's growth with them.
Hi,
They're
Priya.
learned.
Sorry.
They've learned. I really like that, and they're asking all the good questions.
Yeah, they are, but somewhere deep in the back of my head where that little voice resides, it's telling me they're not going to pick her either because she ain't no fool. She's not going to fall for their scam. She's not going to sit at home and babysit their kids while Vanessa go to work.
But here's
She's
the thing, though.
bringing
They
three
know
other
that
kids
though.
into it.
But they know that though because she's a whole nurse. And remember, she told them straight up like I want to go back to school and get my master's. So they
Yeah.
know where she's at career wise. They know she's a career woman and also a mother. So they know what they're dealing with.
Well, that's why I think they're not going to pick her.
Okay.
Yeah, ultimately, like that doesn't suit what Vanessa wants. They
Mm.
want somebody to build their family.
Mhm.
I think she's a bit too established and brings too much to them. They need somebody that they could encourage to build them up. I don't
Mhm.
think that they returned the favor because if they did, they would have allowed Kay to get the job, go back to schools,
Mhm.
have some freedom, leave the microwave dirty. I'm
Mhm.
just saying. They would have
That's fair.
given Kay the room to grow.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
Like on paper, she seems great, but for not what
Yes.
they want.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think they need to be honest with themselves and us and stop BSing around. Who's next? We have Merrifield Snowdens and the Winders.
Let's do the Snowdens because they get. I think. Do we think they're getting edited out of these shows? I'm just saying because their little segment was short.
Yeah, I think TLC probably went back and did some edits.
Okay, that's what I thought too.
Just to cover themselves. But we saw that they packed up Taylor's stuff and sent it to her. Um, I even think that they've cut down on the bad talking of Taylor
Mhm.
as opposed to last week. And they bring up the legal marriage issue to Chrissy so that she can stay. Now, here's the thing. I didn't know you could do this. Like, where's the K1? Where is the CR3 or the ABCD? Like, I don't understand. Where's the government thing? Like, do they think that they can just marry this woman and she could automatically stay here?
I
And then
think
we
so.
find out that Ashley ain't never been married to him, but she got these
Mhm.
documents that
Mhm.
protect her and her children.
Good job, Ashley. Good
I'll
job.
say that when I see the documents because I
I'm
don't
going
trust Dimitri.
that too. But I'm gonna say at least you get the foresight to do that.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't see the document, I'm gonna go with your word on it because I don't think I'm going to believe her on this one because I don't think there's a way a woman would put herself in a position to not marry a man and have his children without some sort of protection.
Danielle.
That's different. She wouldn't. But see, in fairness, Ashley never got married. Danielle got
True.
married and then allowed this man to divorce her to marry somebody else. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But Danielle could learn a lesson from this.
Mhm.
Get something to protect yourself and your children. Just
And
saying.
I can't wait to get to them because that's a whole mess too.
Oh Lord. So yeah, he wants to make Chrissy his forever wife. He wants to do the legal marriage so she can stay. Um, if How did Chrissy look to you? when she was doing that segment, this has lasted longer than I anticipated. We've been here for 5 months already. I really miss my family. I wish they would ease up on the restrictions, the travel restrictions. You think she ready to go home?
You should already go home.
So, but they're talking about marriage, but not to each other. Like the two different segments were very
Disjointed.
yeah.
They're excited. She's tired and want to go home. Doesn't make sense.
Okay.
That's the way I took it, at least.
It's amazing what focusing your relationship on Chrissy has gotten you. She want to go home and you want a forever marriage. Good on y'all, Snowdens. Anything else about them?
Nah. Mm-mm.
All right. You want to do the Winders or the Merrifields?
The Winders, yes.
Winders. Sorry, I always mispronounce their names. Sorry, people. Okay, so today is farm day. Colton, Tammy, and Sophie take Kimberly out to the farm. We find out that this farm has been in his family for 4 generations. The men do all of like the hard work, and the women, they feed the animals and can fruit or whatever, pick fruit to can it or whatever. Colton hasn't seen any red flags with Kimberly. It seems like he's being a lot more engaging with her, which is nice. Kimberly is accustomed to this, as I thought she might be, but she is a little scared of the horses. Yeah. She's a little scared of the horses because she got thrown, which is understandable. She fits in really well, but she is a lot like Colton. She's very quiet. She's very reserved. I think that they would be perfect for each other in silence.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
she seems to fit right, and she's like a compliment to the other 2 sisters, in my opinion. So
yeah. And what did you think about when the producers asked her if she thought Colton was cute, and she said, "I'm not going to comment on a married man." And then I think they asked Colton something, and he said something very similar. It just made me think they're good for each other, and it's something different from the other 2 wives.
That's why I think she fits. Like, she's a compliment to the other 2, because she is different than them, and it gives him someone closer to his temperament than theirs. It's kind of like a balancing thing, basically.
Yeah. We still don't know how her child will fit into this equation, or if the kid, is it a boy or girl? Girl?
Yeah, that was a daughter.
Remember. Yeah, I can't remember, so forgive me on that. But like how the child would fit into this scenario. Was she even like Utah? It's a big change from North Carolina. And they haven't gotten into the whole religious aspect. I think they've glossed over it, but basically they're going to have to ask her to convert from Baptist to Mormon if she does decide to do this. But they're taking this nice and slow, and I like that. What show is this? This is Seeking Sister Wife Gala. It's hard watching them knowing what we know. I'm guessing that this is about the Snowdens, Susan, and yes, it is very hard watching them. Anything else on the Winders, whatever?
I don't think so. I think they were good. They're a nice little segment.
Okay, on to the Merrifields. We find out that production had to shut down due to restrictions in their state last year. Danielle is fooling herself, saying that the shutdown brought them closer together. Not really. We find out that Bert got sick and had to leave her mother's house and stay with a cousin. But the cell service, like, they couldn't talk to her as much as they could at the other house. Roberta got better, but because of this, Garrett changes plans, and instead of focusing on marrying her, he wants to plan a trip for as soon as possible so that he could go and have sex with her and impregnate her, because having babies is priority now. I wonder when God told him that.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I was like, huh? What? That's important. That's the most important thing. Okay. And I don't
Yeah.
lie. I do not like this plan because if because the thing is,
Hi, Christoph.
if she gets pregnant and she can't come here, he's going to Brazil, and that's just my honest opinion. Because he's not going to want to take that baby away from her, and depending on where the baby's born is another issue. I just really feel if she gets pregnant and something happens where she can't come over for a while or ever, he's going to Brazil. That's just my opinion on that one.
Yeah, well, he told Danielle that. He said, I would just have to move to Brazil when they were like talking before the baby talk. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And then she was like, "Oh, we'd go to Brazil." He was like, "Yeah." I don't think there's a we in this. There's just a he,
Mm-hmm.
I, a singular. And it's funny that I wonder if he chose Roberta because she's from Brazil. Because is their country, does that country still not have an extradition agreement with the United States?
I don't know.
You gotta check on that because
And
it'd
also
be very convenient.
the other red flag is the fact that his this now, we need to remember that this is his sister. His sister is on Danielle's side.
Yeah, because she was the one who was asking the questions
All
to
the questions.
Danielle that was making Danielle crack.
Yes. And that's Garrick's sister.
So it's not about more than one wife. Okay. It feels like this. What do you think about this? So it's not about more than one wife. You know, he wants the Brazilian lady. It feels like that.
It's just weird. Like, why are these men going for foreign women when the process is much harder? I think in my opinion, I think Garrick went for a foreign wife because he wanted to divorce Danielle. I really feel that way.
Mm.
I really feel that way. Because there's no reason you couldn't have found a Brazilian woman who already has citizenship or is Brazilian American.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for that. So why did you have to find a foreign woman? You did not have to find a foreign woman. Now Dimitri could do a foreign woman because he's not legally married to Ashley. That's fine. But
Mm-hmm.
it feels that it feels like he purposely did this.
Right. And what do you think about what Christoph says?
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when people bring in God into things of this, stuff like this.
I'm not saying that he's a criminal, but just in case, like, you know, he skips off and goes. And then Danielle finally wakes up out of her cloud of, you know, denial. And she's like, he's left me with nothing. We didn't do any paperwork after the divorce. Who's going to take care of me? He's left me with this mortgage, this failing business that has so many liens against it. And like, you know, what if she doesn't know what's going on? And then you need to get him back or you file a suit or whatever. If Brazil doesn't have an extradition agreement, I mean, it's just very convenient. Just saying. Yeah, so I this just gets worse and worse for Danielle.
Hmm.
Um, and we have tried with her. We really have tried with her, but she's not listening to us, Jamal.
Well, yeah, I don't have any sympathy for her. I lost sympathy. Like for me, I think I lost sympathy the episode after she agreed to the divorce because she
Mm.
went along with it. I can't be feeling sorry for you when you did this to yourself, and that's the
Yeah.
main issue.
Um, I laughed when she admitted that Garrett is planning his trip around Roberta's ovulation. Wow. Wow.
Bobby says then you'll need some self esteem. I mean that's not all she needs. I mean that's just the beginning because I'm all for having compassion and empathy for people, but when you keep doing to yourself, you keep doing this to yourself, I really can't go with you. Just like Paige and Chris, I used to sympathize with Paige. Paige lost me when she kept going back.
Mm-hmm. No, agreed. Anything else on any of the couples or the show?
Um,
Extradition law was about having a
I
child.
think for this show, I think we're good. I think we wrapped up everything. We've touched on all the couples. I like this show because I like the four couples.
Wait, hold on.
Mhm.
The extradition law was about having a child in Brazil, but a Mexican singer a decade ago used to abuse minor during her tour with her manager. They did that and both got extradited. But extradited where? Back to Mexico? Because they might have an agreement with Mexico, but not with the US. That's an interesting story, though. I never heard that one. I remember the family from Jersey who were fighting for about a decade over the little boy. She better get all the she better get all the assets in her name for some security. I think that horse has already left the barn. It might be too
Okay.
late. They should have finalized that in the divorce, right, Jamal?
Yeah. So what this says, treaty on treaty on extradition is ratified by U.S. and Brazil, and this took place. It looks like November 18th, 1964.
So they do have an extradition agreement.
Yes, it says a 1964 treaty between the United States and Brazil allows for the extradition of anyone accused or convicted of a crime carrying a sentence of a year or more.
So
But in
then,
but in 1988, Brazil amended its constitution expressly stating that no Brazilian shall be extradited. So yeah,
oh,
he will be uncovered.
okay, okay, all right. Yes, and the dead one. This is the Jersey case, right, Yanni? But it took him years and years. Like the kid grew up and didn't even know him. Like they fought hard on this, but the mother's family was really well connected. So yeah. But when that little boy returned to him, it's like he didn't even know his dad. It was that was a really sad case though. Hmm. No, Solana specific
Mm.
thing. Okay. Guy that robbed the train in UK and ran to Brazil and had a child because there was an exception to people who had. Oh. Is this the great train robbery story, Yanni? Sorry, we're really going off track. That was stupid. You have to be before you marry. Yes, I agree with you. Well, not that he was stupid, but you have to be careful who you marry. But sometimes you can't help who you fall in love with. That's the one heartstring that you will pull with me today. Jamal, any
Mm.
final thoughts on any of these shows?
Um, let's see. We're dropping Extreme Sister because this is just dumb. It's a waste of time. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, if why I just how can I put this? For our channel, like I kind of only want to we only do stuff that we all watch and we all like enjoy, and this is not something I enjoy. I honestly don't think you enjoy Extreme Sister because there's nothing there, and I think our subscribers agree like there's nothing with Extreme Sister, so well, why waste time and commentary on a show that is bad? Like, why come on here just to say, oh, I spent an hour of my life watching this show and it sucks? I mean, I do see other channels do that, but I'm like, well, why waste your time on it?
Okay, cool. So everybody in the chat, are we in agreements to drop Extreme Sisters? Just chime in and let us know if you even care.
One for dropping Sister Wives, two for no. But yeah, overall, like, I mean, the family podcast. I hope they work on their acting skills on 90 Day. Um, I want Kalani to get a divorce because I'm just tired of seeing her on my screen whining about Swaley not doing anything. Who else is on? Angela. I hope Angela and Michael can make it work with less boobage. I think they'll be okay, but I just want them to get through it. And I'm enjoying Seeking Sister Wife.
Okay. Oh, all right. So we've got 3 votes in, and all 3 are ones. Well, thanks, guys. We really appreciate the input. Okay, so 1 was we drop it. Oh,
Yeah.
here we go. Jen is also agreeing to drop it. So yay, by popular demand. Oh, that's a pretty flower. Sorry, I get so distracted. By popular demand, we are dropping Extreme Sisters. Yay! I wish I had known that before I watched it an hour before our broadcast, but yay.
I try to give things hope, and this just was like unexpected. It was just aggravating me.
Mm-hmm.
Unexpected aggravating me because these parents acted like there was nothing wrong with freshmen and sophomores having children. Yeah, that was a problem for me.
Christoph wants to keep it. Well, okay. If anything like unexpected happens, I'll mention it. Susan, thumbs up. Does that mean keep it or dump it? I'm thinking that means keep it. So Christoph, you have an ally in Susan. No, wait. Susan changed her vote to a 1. So Christoph, you're on an island all by yourself. But we love you for it.
I mean, I might watch it if I have nothing else to watch, but I'm not. We don't have to like give commentary.
No, we don't. We don't. Especially if no one wants to hear it. Okay, guys. So this was TLC Tuesdays, where we reviewed 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, Extreme Sisters, and Seeking Sister Wife. Meet us up here next Tuesday for another wonderful recap of these stupid shows. Tomorrow, what's coming on tonight? Tonight
is it Beverly Hills? No.
Yes, Beverly Hills, and we see part 2 of New Jersey, which we will recap on Friday.
Is New Jersey? Wait a minute, hold up. Is New Jersey tonight?
Wait, not New Jersey. Wait.
No.
So what's on tonight? Isn't there another housewife on tonight? Jersey's tomorrow.
Yeah, I know Jersey's tomorrow.
Wait, tonight is New York. And Beverly Hills and Jersey is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So you messed me up with Beverly Hills. Okay, so tonight is New York. We'll see you tomorrow at 2 to do our recap of New York. And are we doing TCZ news tomorrow?
Are we recording tomorrow?
Recording what?
Remember TCZ news.
We're moving that to Saturday?
Yes.
We're so confused. Guys, this is a poop show in motion. So sorry. All right, so we're doing New York tomorrow, live at 2.
Oh,
you need to do Potomac. But they're not on yet. Oh, just the
trailer?
The trailer? Do y'all want to talk about that?
I mean, we could do the trailer.
Drop it as record or not to record. I don't know. It's up to you, Jamal. Do you want to talk about the trailer?
I mean, we could play it in with Beverly Hills tomorrow. I'm fine with that.
But Beverly Hills isn't tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing New York.
New York. Yeah, we can put New York and Potomac together. They're all the same to me at this point.
What are we going to do without MAFS USA? A lot. That was just such a waste of time. Even though I am going to watch part 2 of their reunion, I feel I will be truly disappointed, and we'll just, comment a few things when we review Australia on Friday.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you already have this on your list for news. Like, they want to talk about Kenny and Todd's restaurant being shut down.
But
we gotta talk about that.
Things, because I'm hearing that they voluntarily closed it down, but then I'm also hearing that it was shut down by their beautiful 55 score. So, yeah.
We'll do our research and we'll do that.
Just sidebar to you, I no longer want to go to Old Lady Gang
Me
or
neither.
Blaze.
I wanted to go to Blaze. I wanted to go to Blaze. Now I was like, never mind.
No, I don't want to go to anything that is a Burris production with regards to food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a feeling Candy's not there on the day to day. Just saying.
But okay, I'm gonna keep that to myself. Never mind. Too much. Okay, so guys, leave your comments below. Let us know if there's anything that you want us to talk about in the news segment. Trey, we've got your the Blaze restaurant site inspection story. We'll add that to the list. If there's anything that you guys want us to talk about in the news segment, let us know. Was it health related? Yeah, there were health code violations, Gala. That's a big deal. Shut down. Yikes. Yeah, it is. It is. So especially considering it was only open in November.
Right.
Guys. All right. So leave your comments below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like the content. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you're aware every time that we put out new content. And most importantly, tell a friend. Know the Aussies. Wait. Okay. We're gonna do Maths Australia on Friday, Susan. So yeah, we can't give up on that. We can't.
No.
That's just getting way too good. So Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.